Hey there, welcome back to another new video. So as you can see here, I have two Nokia phones here, and if you are regular viewer of my channel, you have seen these two phones. So these two phones are not perfect. These two phones has some issue, and I was looking for some phone similar model to replace the parts. So I bought two more phones to replace the parts for these phones, and I paid $5 for this. So I bought these two phones, so as you can see here, but these phones, both of them were dead, so I bought them for $5 for spare parts to use or to fix these phones. But turns out that this phone is quite good phone, and it's better than this one because it has every parts and it's very good condition. It has some scratches, but the buttons and everything works fabulously fine. So although this phone was dead, like it was not turning on, it was on a spinning wheel, and I just connected to the in the charging port and just leave it, and after some time the error was gone and it booted up and the update was failed. So, and I got one memory card with this phone, and memory card is 4 GB, and it is there, and there are some data, the user data. And for this phone also, I bought for this phone, as you can see. So I wanted to replace some of the parts for this phone, and I bought this Nokia in it, and turns out it's also working. So as you can see here, but the parts I need from this phone to fix this phone are broken here too. So as you can see, we don't have any SIM tray cover here, and also it broken the HDMI port flap, and also the SIM tray inside the pins are broken. Actually, I need the motherboard to replace this one and the body, and but turns out that everything is broken, but the phone is still working, the camera is working, and the battery is quite good, and both of this phone actually are working fine. As I said, maybe I need two more phones to fix these two phones. As for now, as you can see here, the cameras are working, and let me check the front camera. I didn't check the front camera yet. Maybe front camera also working fine. Yeah, the front camera also working, as you can see. So this the version of Nokia Symbian OS, it's running this one. It's different. This one has a lot of user data. Actually, the old user, I didn't reset this phone because I want some apps. So these apps actually you can't install nowadays, the Facebook and other things. It's quite difficult to install, so I am not resetting this phone, but I will delete all the user data because it has a lot of user data like photos and videos, so I don't want that. And as you can see here, phone, the version it's running is different than this one because I'm using a custom firmware on this phone. As you can see here, everything looks different. So let's check the version here, and phone management maybe. So about phone management and about. So okay, maybe device update. Yeah, we have to check in device manager or device update. So as you can see here, the version is, this is a custom firmware, that's why it said the light, and this is somewhere, I think the software version is from 2010. This one, I think when the phone released, this was the version, and the user didn't update the phone. And as you can see here, it's different then, and Java version is 2.1 here, 2.3. Flash is same, browser version is not the same one, and as you can see here, everything is there. And the problem with this phone too, so this phone has a broken SIM tray, and this one also has broken SIM tray. But I bought this phone to change or replace the motherboard, and I bought it as a dead phone, so I can't complain because this phone are dead phone. But that worked perfectly fine. It's turned. I just plugged the charger and left it for some time, and it's turned out fine, and it's working just fine. And rather than this phone is, I like this phone because it's running on a different version of Windows. As I said, it was in update mode, and the update was failed. So here you can see this phone is running on 8.1, I think, the latest version for this phone. So if I go and check about phone, okay, so about, so as you can see here, this phone is running on, this one is 8.1, and 8.0. So this phone is also updating to 8.1, and there was an error. That's why it is stuck on wheels logo, and the seller thought it will not work, just sold it as it is. And turns out this phone is also working just fine. I'm not going to update it, although I have already downloaded the firmware. When I see the wheels, I thought I need to restore the phone, but when I saw it's turning on, I didn't do that. So I will leave it as it is. So because I have one of them running on 8.1, and now one of them running on 8.0. So as you can see here, Nokia N8, the frame is not that good, but the phone is working. And maybe I will replace this two. I will take out from here and put on there, because the power button on this phone is already broken. The mechanism is broken, so I need to replace that one. And as you can see here, this phone actually never disassembled, so this phone also never repaired and disassembled. It's still intact phone, but I need to clean this phone, and maybe I will use skin wrap to fix this some scratches and other things. And this phone is working fine. I didn't check camera and other things. Let's check. So camera is working fine, as you can see. So let's try the front camera. Yes, that's also working. So everything working just fine here. We have no issue with the things here, and it's a quite good phone actually. And the buttons can be pressed normally. So here, this phone actually, I was buying this phone to replace the buttons here, and also the another things was there was a network cable which is broken. So I wanted to fix those two issues, but turns out this phone is better than this one, so I'm not going to replace those things, and I will keep this one as it is. And maybe I will find another one, although this phone is quite good. As you can see, the back has no scratches, but still I'm not going to replace anything here, and because both of them are quite good. It's working just fine. As you can see here, everything is fine. So these two phones looks very good actually when you see them. So these are quite beautiful phones, and both of them are still working fine now. And that's it for today. Just give an update about these phones, and later on I will try to find another two phones to replace the parts for this, or maybe I will find them in the same store where I bought this phone. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time with something else.